American Airlines announced big changes to its fall flight schedules. The plan includes cutting more than 1,000 flights out of its Charlotte hub. WRAL's Matt Talhelm joins us now live with a look at what that could mean for your options at RDU. Matt?
Deborah, Charlotte is American's second biggest hub, and the airline tells me it will still have about 9 daily flights between Charlotte and here at RDU this fall. But with hundreds of flights slashed, your options to make a connection are limited.
Janet Imes from Fayetteville is joining her mom and aunt on their return flight home to New York.
This was an easy one because I was able to upgrade to first class.
She lucked out at a time when there's so much frustration in flying.
Well, I think it's kind of scary booking flights, not knowing if you're going to get out.
Getting out is getting harder this fall. American Airlines is slashing nearly 1,100 flights from Charlotte Douglas International in September and October. American tells WRAL the schedule changes will eliminate about 1 daily departure from RDU.
They've gotten really good at publishing schedules, taking advanced sales, deciding later on whether or not they really want to fly those schedules.
Airline industry analyst Bob Mann says the big carriers continue to struggle with staffing shortages and a drop in demand from business travelers since the outbreak of the pandemic.
It's either an improper sizing of the airline to available resources or an improper sizing of the airline relative to demand.
I think all of them have reduced flights to a level that they believe that they can maintain reliable operations.
Jim Hetzel tracks aviation data for Cirium. He expects things to get better in the next 6 to 12 months as staffing levels improve.
You don't hire someone off the street and just put them on a plane. You've got to bring them up and you've got to get them fully trained. I think we'll see improvements. But it'll be slow.
And it's not just an American issue.
We're suffering the same issues in the UK, in Europe.
Brian Wiles is flying home to London after visiting family in Raleigh and taking an epic road trip.
Was the road trip better than the flying trip?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I don't mind driving when, obviously, when we're flying, we're in someone else's control.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the schedule so much and cancellations and delays if you're driving there. Now, American says despite these cuts that are coming up this fall from Charlotte, it's actually offering more seats to fly out of there. That's because it will be flying on bigger planes, and that's more than they had back during the pandemic. Before the pandemic, you just have fewer flights to choose from this fall. If your flight was already canceled, you should have been notified by American by this point about that.
Good information. Matt Talhelm live at RDU International. Thanks, Matt.